Meanwhile, according to newly released tax returns by the Biden family, Joe Biden and his wife used a loophole that the Obama-Biden administration wanted to get rid of to avoid paying about $500,000 in taxes on his millions of dollars of speech and book income in 2017 and 2018. Biden and other 2020 Dems criticize, of course, high-income elites for exploiting tax loopholes, but it's okay when they do it?
You know, it is definitely higher taxes for thee and not for me. First of all, congratulations on Joe Biden for earning $15 million in the last couple of years. And yes, Joe Biden said it was a patriotic act to pay more in taxes. I'm a little surprised he hasn't followed up on that. But this is not the first person. We know Bernie Sanders took advantage of some tax breaks also to reduce his taxes. Look, we have several of these people who are the most insistent that, you know, income inequality is the greatest sin of America, including Elizabeth Warren, who are millionaires. And they're all doing just fine, and they don't want to pay any more taxes than the next person. So is it hypocritical? Yeah, I think it's a little bit hypocritical.
I have absolutely no problem with Biden using the tax laws to save a bunch of money using an S-corp. What I do have a problem with is these people continue to be capitalists with their money, socialists with our money, and the continued demonizing of other people who are making a lot of money and who are successful. The utter heights of hypocrisy. It's not just Biden, it's a bunch of them who keep whining and complaining about the successful while they're politicians and now worth $20 to $50 million as politicians. Amazing to watch and underreported.
I think to your point, Gary, you just said those people. So I'm assuming you mean Joe Biden as one of them. And it's funny because in Iowa last month, he said, and I quote, but everybody should start paying their fair share a little bit. Right. And I'm president, we're going to have a fair tax code. However, this comment is to the entire panel. The fact that we have talked about the tax loopholes that have been given to the wealthy under the recent revamp in 2017 under the president. The fact that the carried interest rate is now, taxed as a capital gains. The fact that you have the alternative minimum tax, which is not as harsh as it once was. The estate tax is easier to avoid. So all of you on the panel, we discussed this. You go after Democrats and all this, but why not look at the entire problem? The fact that there are so many loopholes for the wealthy and for them to avoid taxes.
Christina, because the Democrats are always the first ones to say that the rich should be paying more. The rich aren't paying enough. Rich should pay more. And yet at the first opportunity, whenever they make any money, they want to pay as least as possible. And I don't blame them. I mean, look, the tax code is an unbelievable.
So do businesses.
Yeah, but they're honest about it. They admit it. Remember what President Trump said in the debate with Hillary Clinton? She said, you didn't pay taxes. You didn't. He said, because I'm smart. And the American people voted for him.
To that point, why aren't we sharing his taxes either? The president's.
Well, and Joe Biden or any candidate could be advocating for a flat. Look, we spend way too much time even trying to understand what we owe. And Christina, to your point, yes, the rich can hire accountants to take advantage of these. You say the loopholes, but it's part of the law. We need a flat, easy to understand tax law that doesn't penalize wealth, doesn't penalize success.
I have been yelling and screaming at the tax code that's like 70,000 pages and tens of millions of words. It's almost like a bunch of people got in a room and said, how can we confuse the living heck out of the public when they do their taxes and make them spend a you-know-what amount of money to comply with it? That's where we are at this point in time, and that's why we're in this situation. Fairer taxes. Whatever happened to the little postcard that everybody's been promising us for 30 years? You got it.
Yeah, that was the missing piece of the tax reform. Totally missing.
Oh, that's what's missing, because it would have made it so much easier. But I have a question for the entire panel. Should the president release his income taxes? Just how many taxes he's paying?
I want to.
There's nothing in the Constitution to require. Look, the American people voted for him without having seen it, so I don't think that's the issue. I think, actually, you got close to the issue, Christina, when you were talking about getting rid of the deductions. I think everybody here, and I'm channeling Steve Forbes, he was here yesterday. Yeah. He says, go to a flat, get rid of all the loopholes, get rid of all the deductions for individuals and corporations, and just have a flat tax rate.
Our government likes confusion. They don't like doing things nicely. They like more and more regs, more and more pages of regs.
Right.
And you're even
All right.
You're either a cheat or a fool. Either...
Go ahead. Bottom line, quickly, Liz, quickly.
Bottom line is that surveys showed after Trump promised lower taxes and a postcard-sized tax code, that was the most popular point. Not lowering taxes, but putting it on a postcard. People want simplicity.
Hopefully we'll get it someday.